Climate change activists, Just Stop Oil, call them what you will, are planning to ruin family holidays this summer by wreaking havoc at airports across the country.
That's right. They have plans to storm terminal buildings, to hold sit-ins, glue themselves to runways. We are joined now in the studio by Just Stop Oil campaigner Sean Irish. Sean, thank you very much for coming in. What gives you the right to spoil people's holidays? When they work hard all year, they make money to go away once a year and enjoy a week of sun, and then you lot are going to be sat there stopping their plane take off. It breaks my heart.
So, Bev, I took a train up here today and the train was delayed due to disruptions on the rail. Who's going to be served a Section 12 for that? Who is going to be put in jail? Who's going to be arrested and put in court? No one, because it's government failures. What Just Stop Oil is saying is the government needs to take action. They need to take action on the cost of living, the energy crisis and the climate crisis. There is a simple demand: just stop new oil, just stop Tory oil, and there will be no need for us to take direct action.
You wouldn't stop. You wouldn't stop. You wouldn't stop, because this government is doing quite a lot already, and you know that.
You know they're failing, Andrew. Let's not lie.
No, I'm not lying. You are. Why? Go back to Bev's question. What right have you got to sit on a runway and stop a plane taking off when people have worked hard for that money all year round? It may be the only holiday they can afford to have.
So we are looking at a cost of living crisis. We have to be realistic about this. 1% of aviation, the people who take the flights, contribute 50% of aviation fuels, right? This is a massive contributor to the climate crisis. What we are saying is the government is not taking action. And what have people done historically when their government ignores them? They take action. They make themselves unignorable.
But you want to ground all flights, don't you?
No, not really. No, I want the government to take action.
Well, you do or you don't?
Well, if today Rishi Sunak comes out and says, we will not continue with the genocidal policy of new oil and gas, then no, I will not go anywhere near runways.
Well, he's not going to do that, is he? What I find fascinating, how would you describe your politics? What's your political position?
I believe in democracy. I believe that power should be given back to the people. I believe in citizens' assemblies. I believe our MPs should be held to account.
But do you realise that you are doing the work of all the big corporations at the moment in terms of stopping us normal people from travelling and allowing the elites to carry on in their private jets? You're doing their work for them, completely in opposition to what you would say your politics is.
What a ridiculous statement. You know, this is the arguments that have been said against every single protest throughout history. Unfortunately, people like GB News will not talk to us, as you said before I came in.
You're literally here.
Yes.
You're literally
Why am I here? Why am I here?
Because you're one of the very few people who will come in and have these debates, and we admire you for that.
I'm here because we cause disruption, and that makes us newsworthy. That's why I'm here. If I was just at home with these political views, you would not have me on GB News right now.
But then I understand that, and I understand that you need to do some sort of radical protest, but you're losing the public.
That's right.
So when you have Rishi Sunak and Keir Starmer rowing back on their green policies, it's because they're responding to the electorate. Because of your means, you have alienated even people who want a cleaner planet, cleaner waters, cleaner air. Most of us want environmental changes. We're just not entirely on board with your very radical.
I'm so radical that mothers are sitting at home going, you know what, I think it's fine I can't afford food for my baby because these people are so annoying that it's OK.
But hang on,
this is no one saying that. We are saying we need to take action. People in the public are saying we need to take action.
The Labour Party has abandoned its £28 billion a year annual splurge on green projects. It's £28 billion a year. All around Europe, this is happening too. It's because you are undermining the cause. You are turning it into an issue where people who ordinarily be on your side, you're losing the people. You have to take the people with you.
And the people are on board with taking action.
You've lost the Labour Party. You've lost the Labour Party.
The Labour Party have been lost for years. I don't think we can take responsibility for that.
That's the government, the next government. You've lost them already. So this protest are going to carry on with Labour then?
So what we are saying is that we need a return to democracy. If Labour is not going to represent what the people need, then people are going to take action, just like they have in the past. If you do not like annoying protesters, make your government do something that doesn't need to be protested.
But you're saying the people want this. People want a net zero. People want no, they don't necessarily. I don't know where you're getting that figure from. People want to be able to afford their fuel. They want to heat their houses.
And are we getting that on a fossil fuel economy? Are we getting that right now? Are we getting that by funding millions of taxpayers' money into the fossil fuel industry? Are we getting that by not taxing aviation fuel? Are we getting that by not fairly taxing millionaires and billionaires?
When will you be happy?
Is that what we're getting?
When will you be happy? What would the government policy need to look like for you guys to stop disrupting people's lives?
How many times have GB News had Just Stop Oil on?
Many.
So what is Just Stop Oil's demand?
I presume you want no new oil. You want a net zero policy, presumably. But to be honest, this is part of the problem.
No new oil and gas is our simple demand. End new oil and gas licenses.
What do we replace it with?
So again, we can dive
overnight. Like if you want it to stop now,
again,
so that people can go on holiday.
So
what
we're
do we
not
replace
saying
it with?
overnight. That's not our demand.
Well, that's what's going to happen to these people sat on the runways in their aeroplanes. You're stopping their holiday overnight.
So again, my train was delayed here. Who's going to be held into prison for that?
Why do you keep changing the subject?
I'm
Let's
not
go back to the people on the plane who are going to Alicante for a week's holiday. They're watching this now. They've saved up for it all year round. Explain again to them why you're not going to let them do it.
Again, it is not. This is what direct action is. This is what getting onto the news is about.
Will you explain
our voice heard.
Explain it.
We are saying that we do not want to disrupt people.
Well, but you are disrupting, so why are you? Explain it.
We are doing it because, unfortunately, if we do not cause disruption, GB News will not have us on. If we do not cause disruption, we do not put pressure on the government.
So how much have you achieved politically since these ridiculous protests have started? You've even lost the Labour Party, which has abandoned the big...
Hang on, we've lost the Labour Party, but not entirely. So every political party has agreed to our demand of ending new oil and gas licences.
No, let me go back to it. The Labour Party has abandoned that £28 billion annual splurge on green issues. You've lost them. What have you achieved with these protests? All you've done is put people in ambulances. Some of them have had serious health issues because of the disruption you caused, whether it's on motorways, with ambulances, fire and protection officers. That's what you're doing.
So, one, we have a blue light policy. We do not stop ambulances.
We've seen it with our own eyes. We've seen it with our own eyes.
Let's be very clear about this. What is causing ambulance delays is cuts to the NHS. What is causing people to lose...
We've seen it with our own eyes.
I think what I've heard you say is we are attention-seeking in order to keep this in the public consciousness. Fine, get all the attention you want, but you haven't taken the politicians with you, and you haven't taken the public with you. And your frustration...
Let me stop you for 2 seconds.
No, let me just finish. Your frustration of not having your train come today, that's a frustration. We all know it. We all know it. And what's going to happen this summer when you disrupt these planes, everybody's going to feel that sitting on those planes. And it's not fair on the British public. They can't do anything about it. They can't stop Just Stop Oil. If you want to get involved in politics, get involved in politics. Stand in an election. Do something meaningful.
You've just put very much nail in the coffin of what we're saying. The public... And that's terrifying. Don't you think in a democracy that the people can't do anything?
They want to go on holiday.
It's terrifying.
They want to go on holiday.
We need a political system that represents the people. Because let's put it this way. Let's put it to the ballot. Let's put in people's assemblies.
Where do you go on holiday, by the way?
I haven't been on holiday in years. Last holiday I went was at the Scouts in 2012.
Right, OK. I'm not sure you'd want to go on holiday with you, actually, because it would probably be a lot of fun, if you don't mind me saying that. But do you think people watching, are you going to say to them, I'm sorry, I'm coming after your holiday?
So, again, we're not coming after people's holidays.
Yes, you are.
Per se. It's the same way when we were targeting the roads. We were not saying that you cannot drive your car. We're not saying that all flights need to be stopped forever. What we are saying is we need to take a logical approach to this. We need the government to take logical steps towards divesting from the fossil fuel economy. It is not benefiting the British people who are struggling in a cost of living crisis. It is not making us look good on an international footing where our government is saying to some countries, you need to divest from fossil fuels, but we're going to keep investing. So you do it for us, but we're not going to do it. You know, it makes Britain look weak.
Shouldn't you be protesting outside the Chinese embassy?
Yeah, and you should come with me.
Well, isn't that where... Because they're the people, or the Indian embassy, where they're really pumping real pollution into the atmosphere. But don't you think it is so hypocritical for us over in Britain to go over to China and say, look, we're not going to do anything. We won't do it because we enjoy our, first world lifestyle. Ignoring
and we're going to continue to destroy the planet.
You ignore what we're doing.
But we're not going to...
You ignore what we're doing.
Sean,
people's quarterly, it's been their electric and gas bill every quarter.
Well, let's put it to the people, demand people's assemblies, get GB News to defend people's assemblies and actually put it to the people.
Labour,
See if
by the way,
as I said, you're doing the work of all the major corporations.
And Labour, by the way, have just abandoned their plan for people's assemblies.
Sean, we appreciate you coming in. We appreciate the robust conversation. Just Stop Oil campaigner Sean Irish there. Thank you very much. Right, that's it from Britain's Newsroom today. Up next, Emily and Tom, here they are.